Okay, so we've got a balloon in the shape of a sphere, right? And I don't expect you to know the sphere formula. I will always give that to you. All right, so we're blowing up a spherical balloon. The volume is increasing at the rate. So every time you hear rate, that's a derivative. And we've got a rate of 4 cubic inches per second. Okay, so I usually don't write out the word cubic inches. I usually have it written like that. Oh, that's very sloppy, sorry. At what rate is the radius increasing? So again, we're answering for a rate. When the radius, so remember, we've got this balloon blowing up, but we do a freeze frame right when the radius is 2 inches. Okay, so we start off with our volume formula, but then we represent each variable as a function of time. Okay. Then we take the derivative. So pause the video, make sure you can take the derivative. If you're watching this in spring of 2023, this was your quiz question. Okay, so the pi, the 4/3 pi, those are just constants, so they just sit out in front. And then we take the derivative using the chain rule, derivative of the inner, or take the derivative of the outer, keep the inner, and then times the derivative of the inner, which would be dr dt. Okay, so dv dt is the rate of change of volume. dr dt is the rate of change of radius, and then r at time t is the radius when we do the freeze frame. It's convenient that these threes cancel. One's on the bottom, one's on the top, so these are gone. All right, so then we start plugging in. One of your clues that this is the volume is the units, right? A radius is not measured in cubic inches, okay? So that should be your clue if you didn't catch it here. I mean, it does say the volume is increasing, but anything that is attached to cubic units has to be a volume measure. So that's 4. So then we've got our 4 pi over here. I can see right now I'm going to divide both sides by 4. And then radius at time t, so that is the 2, right? So we've got 2 squared. And then dr dt, so we're asked at what rate is the radius increasing. So we're being asked for dr dt. Okay, so dr dt. So I am going to isolate this. So let's see, this would turn into 16 pi, 4 times 4. So I would have 4 on the left divided by, so I have to divide by this whole quantity, which is 16 pi. And I see that 4 over 16 can reduce to 1 over 4. Right? So if I can reduce, why not? I mean, I'd give you full credit for this on the test or the quiz, but if I can reduce, why not do it? So 1 over 4 pi, and then the other thing that people often forget is units, okay? So we're talking about a radius, which is linear measure. So that would be inches per second, right? We're in inches and seconds, okay? So this would be your final answer. And that does it for this problem.